This 2016 CP3 Rising Stars broadcast is brought to you by Shot Tracker, bringing elite-level analytics to every level of the game. Game Changer Nation, creating world-class athletes around the globe. Assistant Basketball Coach app, your #1 database for drills, plays, and coaching insight. And Jordan Brand, greatness overcomes.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.
CP3 Rising Stars event, Joel Hillsman. I'm joined by number 123, that's Carson McCorkle. And Carson, out of North Carolina, tell me, how excited are you to be here at the CP3 Rising Stars camp?
It's a big deal. I think it's something you work hard for, and I think to be in North Carolina and get invited, it's a big deal for somebody.
Do you feel any added pressure since everybody in the country is coming to your home state to represent?
A little bit. I mean, everybody's a good player, everybody's high level, so it's going to be fun.
So what are some of the things we can look forward to seeing from you in your game over the next 2 days?
Probably my shooting ability, got a little bit of athleticism.
Carson McCorkle out of North Carolina. He's here live at the CP3 Rising Stars event. Joe Hillsman joined by Eric Butler out of Phoenix City, Alabama, representing Alabama. Eric, how excited are you to be here at this event?
I'm very excited, very excited.
Now, there's not a lot of Alabama guys here, so when you got the invite, how did it make you feel?
Special, great, I can represent.
Represent. So over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that's going to be able to stand out?
Taking control of basketball, taking control of scoring.
Okay, all right. How about being a vocal leader? Is that something that you prided yourself on throughout your career so far?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, then. Okay. Well, we look forward to seeing you here at the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Jahari Long joining me here at the CP3 Rising Stars event out of Houston, Texas. And Jahari, explain to us how excited you are to be here at this event.
I'm very excited. I'm ready to come here and compete with all the top players around the country.
As far as the competition, that gets underway tomorrow. What are you looking to showcase with your game?
That I'm just an all-around player and that I can defend and play hard.
Okay, all right. Well, we wish you the best, Jahari, right here from the CP3 Rising Stars event. You're joining us. He's out of Houston, Texas, here at the CP3 Rising Stars camp. And Arden, how are you looking to showcase your game this weekend?
I mean, I'm just trying to do whatever I can do to help my team to win, and I'm just trying to showcase my skills.
Talk about being here for this event. You got invited to the event. I mean, how special is this to you to be at an event with such elite level talent?
I mean, it's really crazy that I got invited to this camp because I started playing basketball 2 years ago, and now I rose up and I'm here, and it's just crazy.
You having fun with basketball since it's only been 2 years?
Yeah.
All right, well, have fun with it this weekend at the CP3 Rising Stars camp, all right? Okay. Isaiah Todd, who is no stranger to big-time events here at the CP3 Rising Stars event. Isaiah, you had an eventful summer playing with Team Loaded and playing in Vegas, but talk about this event in specific. I mean, how important is it to you that you were invited to this event?
Well, I got invited 6th grade and 7th grade, and all my friends were telling me that it's just a great camp, and they love the environment. They had a lot of fun. It's the funnest camp of the year, so I had to come check it out for myself.
So there's a lot of basketball in you, a lot of basketball that you played, a lot of basketball in front of you. Being at this event with this talent, I mean, over the next 2 days, what can we expect to see from you and your game overall?
Well, I had the mindset when I first started coming here that whoever was in front of me is just going to have to compete because I'm coming with everything I got, you know?
And being that you've played in other events against other elite competition, what advantage do you think you have?
I think I have the advantage that playing with some of the guys like in the high school, they're more physical and they have a better understanding of the game. And being around that, I think I developed some of that as well.
Okay, well, we look forward to seeing you on display this weekend at the CP3 Rising Stars Camp, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Isaiah Todd. Joe Hillsman joined by Keyshawn Johnson. This Keyshawn Johnson. Man, how much of a pleasure is it for you to be here at this event and to be an invited participant?
I mean, it's a big honor. I mean, playing against some of the top guards and players in the country, so it's an honor to be here.
You've had an eventful summer with your travel team and Team Loaded. Playing against that type of competition most of the summer and throughout your career so far to this point, how do you think that gives you an advantage coming to an event like this with elite level competition?
I mean, it gives me the confidence. I mean, it's gives me a lot of confidence to go out here and showcase my talent and play against some of the best.
So over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that you hope stands out?
Being a great defender, vocal, and making a lot of plays.
Okay, all right. All right, there it is, another Team Loaded prospect right here. You'll see him from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Joined by Spencer Bain. He's out of Overland, Kansas. Not many of those in the Kansas crop. And with that, Spencer, how much of a privilege is it for you to be here at this event? See, he told y'all. I knew he was the only one, but he told y'all. So, I mean, does that put any added pressure on you? And then over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that you want to be able to show that you deserve to be here?
It's not that much pressure, but I want to show that I can hang with the bigger guys and the Brent guys and stuff like that. I can hang with them.
All right, there's your lone Kansas rep right here from the CP3 Rising Stars event. Have a good one. Bryce Thompson, he's out of Oklahoma. Joe Hillsman here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. And Bryce, take us through that feeling when you got the news that you had been invited. I mean, what was that experience like for you?
I was really excited and blessed, and a lot of emotions were going through my head. I was happy, I was excited, I was enjoyed. I was like, wow, I can't believe I really got invited to CP3 camp.
Now that you're here, how excited are you?
It's cooled down a little bit because I got to get focused and ready for this weekend.
Like you said, getting ready for this weekend, what is it about your game that you want to be able to display and that you hope people notice in representation to your game?
That I'm a great shooter and I heat up very quickly.
Oh, okay. But now, do you stay hot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when you go cold, do you go cold? Or
Yeah.
you always? Oh, okay. So you honestly working on it here. We look forward to seeing you in action. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll see him here at the CP3 Rising Stars camp. McNeely joining us south of his border. He's from Canada. Talk about the experience, man. How excited were you to be invited to such an event of this nature?
We got back in Canada, lots of talent.
I've talked about this a lot with all of the Canadian guys that have came through. The Canadian basketball is beginning to grow. I mean, do you feel that this is a part of the growth, and are you ready to help accentuate that growth?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's starting to grow a lot.
All right. So now, over the next 2 days, what is it about? What aspects of your game are you willing to put on display and hope that gives you even more star power?
I want to show everyone that can get my team involved, no matter who's on the team, and I can score. But not only score, I want to be able to get people involved.
There he is. He's going to get everybody involved with a lot of assisting. That's what that means. We'll see him in action here on the CP3 Rising Stars Camp. Joined by Garrett Outlarge. He's out of the Hoosier State in Indiana. And talk about being invited to such a prestigious event, Garrett.
I'm really excited. I think it's just a blessing. All the hard work you put in, you just come here and you just want to do the best of your ability.
Over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that you want to put on display, or what aspects of your game do you want people to realize you deserve to be here?
I just want them to, I was going to show everything I can do, rebound, pass. Like, if you get the ball and you're not hitting, pass someone else, get them involved, just like be an overall team player and play the best of my ability.
Now, I always have fun with it. How serious is the game of basketball in Indiana?
It's very serious. Indiana is a basketball state.
He just said it for you, and we're glad that he's here at the CP3 Rising Stars event. Rodman joining me here at the CP3 Rising Stars event. He's out of St. Cloud, that's in Florida. And talk about being invited to the event. How excited were you once you learned of the opportunity?
I was really excited. It's really an honor to be here.
Now, we know some good basketball players come out of Florida, not many from the South Cloud area. I mean, do you feel any added pressure to show that you guys can hoop right there in that little corridor from where you're from?
No, I don't feel any pressure. I'm just going to show my skills.
Showing your skills. What parts of the skills are going to stand out when people watch you play over the next 2 days?
My post move is going to be dangerous on the court.
Dangerous. We'll keep that in mind. He's out of South Cloud, Florida, right here from the CP3 Rising Stars Camp. Joining me is now Jacob Hukins. He's out of North Carolina, homegrown talent here from the Tar Heel State. Tell me, how important is it for you, and how excited are you to be here at this event?
It's really important because I have a name to make for myself, and I'm really excited to be here.
And part of this name, what is it that people are going to be able to take away, or you would like people to take away from your game over the next 2 days?
That I deserve to be out here.
Okay, all right, there it is. So you're going to play hard?
Yes, sir.
Every play?
Yes, sir.
No possessions off?
No, sir.
I believe it. He's focused. He's serious. That's how you got to be at the Chris Paul Rising Stars. Joined now by Jarnell Snow Guzman. And Jarnell, how excited are you to be here at this event?
Very excited.
When you got the news, take us back to that day. How excited were you when you got the official invite?
Well, I wasn't shocked, but I was excited because I get to play in front of like cameras and play with the top kids in my class. So it's
So in doing that and saying that, what is it over the next 2 days you want to be able to showcase from your game and you want people to take away about your game?
well, first of all, I want people to know who I am, where I came from, and that I can ball.
That's what he want to know. You're out of Massachusetts too, by the way. I forgot to say that. Right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Joined by Terrence Williams. He's out of Maryland. And Terrence, how excited are you to be a part of this event and been invited to this event?
I'm very excited. Top players in the country. Always excited when you get invited to it.
You know, Maryland plays some good hoop ball. I mean, what is it about your game that you want to be able to put on showcase over the next 2 days to show that you deserve to be here and a continued stepping stone in your basketball development?
I think I'll show my versatility that I can play on both ends, defense and offense. I can defend the ball and I can score.
All right, well, we wish you the best, man, and good luck, and we'll see you all weekend here on CP3 Rising Stars.
Thank you.
All right. Joined there by Hakeem Bird. He's out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philly, you know, they play good ball up there. Hakeem, how excited are you to be here part of this event?
I'm very excited. I'm just here to show my game and try to get some scouts, stuff like that.
You talk about showing your game. What are some aspects of your game that you want to be able to put on display over the weekend and that you think people should take note of?
Make other people better, sticking defense, and scoring the basketball.
Hakeem Bird out of the Philly. He's going to be on display all weekend right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Joined now by Michael Chandler out of San Antonio, Texas. And Michael, how excited are you to be here at the CP3 Rising Stars event?
Pretty excited, ready for a good competition.
Ready for good competition. When you learned of the invite, that you were invited here, I mean, take us back to that day. What was that experience? What was that feeling?
I remember it was, I'm pretty sure it was the same day that I was going to the Manning camp. And my dad told me. I was pretty excited.
Okay, all right. Now that you're here, what aspects of your game do you want to make sure you put on display to be taken away to get the attention and more notoriety for your name?
My scoring.
Scoring?
Yeah.
What up? Uh-oh. I got you stuck now. You don't play no defense?
I do.
No rebounding?
Oh, yeah.
You just want to score. You just want to score. We can expect 40 from you then, huh? He going to give us 40. That's what he said. He didn't say that. All right, man. Congratulations on being here. We look forward to seeing your game, all right? All right. Jair Davis joining me here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp, and Mr. Davis at 6'6", towers over me, but talk about how excited you are to be here at this event.
I'm happy to be here, get out here and compete, show what I can do.
Now, you talk about showing what you can do. What is it about your game that you want to be able to put on display over the next 2 days at such an elite camp?
Being able to score from different areas on the floor, being able to score all over the place, get other players involved.
All right, there he is, the 6'6" Jair Davis. We look forward to seeing him this weekend here at the Rising Stars CP3 Rising Stars event. Hassan Perkins is now joining me. He's out of Delaware. Don't have many from Delaware. Wilmington. I heard they don't play no ball up there. You gonna prove me wrong?
The area that we play, and it's a bunch of good ballers, but it's a bunch of people that's not so good.
So take me back to the day that you got invited to this event. I mean, what kind of day was that for you? What kind of experience or feeling did that provide you with?
I got invited last year, and I played last year, and then I got invited back, and I was very excited, and I think it'll be a good moment to showcase my game.
So one of the rare veterans. I mean, what do you take from last year to help you this year?
I think I gotta play better defense and show out more and execute on the offensive side.
All right, well, congratulations on being here. We'll be looking for those things from you this weekend, all right? All right. Yes, sir. Javaris Johnson joining me. He's out of Rockledge, Florida. And Javaris, talk to me first about how excited are you just to be a part of this event?
I'm really excited. This is like my first real big camp I've been to.
So a little nerves in there too?
A little bit.
Okay. So over the weekend, what is it about your game that you want to be able to show and take away in the next 2 days?
I want to just show that I belong here, that I can score. You know, just play together.
What about defense?
Yeah, I'm sure I can do that too.
Rebound.
I get a little bit.
Pass.
I'm
just messing with you because you said scoring. But in other words, you're excited to be here. You want to put the ball in the basket. I mean, what else is this experience going to do for you? You said this is your first big-time camp. I mean, what else are you looking forward to?
Teaching me how to compete more against like better players that's like ranked higher, known better. Just put a name out there for myself.
Gotcha. All right, there he is. We'll see him on display this weekend at the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Joined by Dylan Bronson. He's out of Missouri. And Dylan, talk to me a little bit about how excited you are to be here as part of the CP3 Rising Stars event.
I'm really excited. CP3 middle school camp was one of the best run camps I've ever been at. It was pretty cool. I'm excited to be back.
So now that you're here with the big boys, so to speak, what is it about your game that you want to be able to show and develop over the next 2 days?
I want to show that I can score off the dribble more now than last year. I got a better handle.
What about defense?
Defensively, I've lost some weight, got quicker.
Rebound?
I've always loved the rebound, undersized, but
I'm gonna leave you alone. Everybody say scoring first. I just mess with them a little bit on that. No, I'm just messing with you. But now, take us back. You said you've been in the smaller camps. When you got this invite to the big boy camp, I mean, how excited? Take us back to that day. How excited were you? What was that experience or that feeling like?
I was kind of nervous because like everybody was posting on Twitter, and then my dad had told me, he's like, yeah, I got an email like 3 days ago. I'm like, dang, you didn't tell me?
He held it from you. Yeah. Did he come with you?
Yeah, he's actually a coach here.
Okay, well just tell him you ain't gonna hold your game back. How about that?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. We look forward to seeing you this weekend, okay?
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Joined now by Lamonte Doherty. And Lamonte, how excited are you to be here at the CP3 Rising Stars event?
Really excited. I'm looking forward to playing against one of the best players.
How was the feeling in the household when the news broke that you had been invited?
I was super excited, and I couldn't wait to be here.
So now there's a lot of more elite players here. Over the next 2 days, how are you going to make yourself stand out?
Play defense and do what I do best.
All right, and which is defense?
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. He's going to defend. That's what I like. I've been messing with all the guys. They say scoring, scoring, scoring. Nobody said no defense. I like that. Good job. Hey, man, we wish you the best this weekend, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll see more of Lamonte this weekend at the CP3 Rising Stars camp. joined by Luke Kazupi, and Luke, I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on that last name some more. Kazupi.
Kazuki.
I got it. All right. Well, listen. How excited are you to be here at the CP3 Rising Stars event?
I can't wait. Can't wait.
You can't wait to get started.
Yeah.
You just
I just want to play.
You just ready to play. So when you go out there and play over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that you want people to notice and take away, saying, "Hey, that guy deserves to be here"?
I'm good at driving, but I've been working on my jump shot a lot too. So. Yeah.
So those are the things that you want to see how you do against elite competition?
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, well, we'll be taking a look for it, man. Congratulations on being here. We'll see you all weekend, okay?
Thank you.
Right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. All right, man. Joined by DeMarcus Beckwith out of Florence, Alabama, known for football, but now here's a hooper. How much hoop game you gonna bring up here this weekend?
I'm gonna try to do my best and go as hard as I can.
So when you found out that you were invited to this camp, I mean, kind of take us back to that day, that feeling, that emotion. What went through your mind and heart?
I was just excited. I didn't think I was gonna get picked for real.
So it's not many from Alabama. So what is it about your game that you want to put on display over the next 2 days to let people know you deserve to be here?
Most coaches think I'm like strong inside and out. I'm fast and I got hustle.
All right, well there it is, Mr. Beckwith out of Florence. We look forward to seeing him all weekend right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Okay, brother, we're good. RJ Liberty joining me now out of Florida. And RJ, how excited are you to be here at this CP3 Rising Stars event?
Pretty excited.
How excited were you when you found out that you were invited?
You know, I just looked at it as a great opportunity for me to get seen and to make improvements on my game.
Speaking of, so over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that you want to be able to put on display and showcase?
I want to show how consistent my shot is, but I also want to work on a lot of my athleticism and explosiveness as well while we're doing the drills.
Do you think going up against elite talent is just going to make you better?
Yeah, because whenever you play with good people, you know, you're just getting better.
All right, well, there it is. RJ letting you know all the way from Florida here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Okay. All 6'8" of Elijah Taylor out of Philly is here with us. And Elijah, talk to us about how excited are you to be here at this event?
I mean, I spent the last 2 weeks in preparation for this. I mean, it's absolutely a great feeling. The tour we went on today, it was new. I mean, I never really visited big colleges such as Duke, North Carolina, and North Carolina State. I mean, it was a new feel for me, and I definitely enjoyed showing how well I can articulate myself to the college coaches and letting them get to know me.
So how excited were you when you got the invite, that you knew that you were going to be at such part of such prestigious event with such elite level talent?
I felt like it was well deserved. Like, as much work as I put in, I felt like I definitely deserved it. So I mean, the excitement, it was there, but then again, I was like, see it.
All right. So now over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that you want to put on display and showcase?
My explosiveness and my touch around the rim.
There you go. You'll see it right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. All right, brother. Go get. Joined by Namari Burnett. We talked about how there's not been a lot of people from a lot of places. Here's Morgan Park in Chicago. We know all about Chicago basketball, Morgan Park, Simeon Curry. Hey, how excited are you to be representing that great city of basketball here at the CP3 Rising Stars camp?
It's big because not a lot of people come from there, and I just want to represent in a great way, show everybody what we're capable of, you know.
So now, over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that you hope that stands out or that you want to be able to showcase this weekend?
My ability to shoot and play make.
All right, that's Morgan Park. He's coming up, and you'll see him right here this weekend from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. All right. Joined by Jalen Cone, a North Carolina guy, but he plays up and down the Eastern Coast. Jalen, how excited are you to be a part of this event here in your home state?
It's very exciting playing against the top town, against all the top talent in the country. So it's going to be very exciting.
So tell me about the invite. How did you feel when you got that invite? What kind of emotions and experience was it on that day?
I just felt very blessed to get the opportunity to compete for like the top spots in the nation for this class.
And over the next 2 days, of course, there's elite talent here, but what is it about your game that you want to be able to put on display and showcase to the world?
Really my ability to attack and use my athleticism against the bigs and get my team involved.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Sound like a hooper to me, Mr. Cone. Right here. We'll see more of him this weekend from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Good job. Joined now by Jordan Williams. He's from the Tar Heel State. The event is here in the Tar Heel State. And Jordan, how excited are you to be a part of this event here in your home state?
I'm very excited. I get a chance to represent my state well.
Okay, well, you play your AAU ball somewhere else, though. No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Okay, so this weekend, you know, being a part of such a prestigious event, what is it about your game that you want to be able to put on display going up against other elite talent?
I want to show that I can do a little bit of everything, so I can show that I'm not just like, I can only just do one thing. I want to show that I'm an all-around player, so to me, I can go to the next level.
All right, there you go. You'll see more of that all weekend right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Joe Hillsman joined by Rashad Daniels here at the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Got a little St. Luke flavor up in him. How excited are you to be at this event?
I'm very excited just to get another chance to be here and to show my talents off.
And over the next couple of days, what is it about your game? You said showing your talents off, but what is it that you think is going to stand out and be eye-popping to some that are paying attention?
Basically just showing what I do for a living and just do what I always do and just play my best.
I like the way you talk. You do it for a living.
Yes, sir.
Already?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. He'll be on display all weekend for the Rising Stars CP3 camp.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Joined by Brandon B.J. Boston. You can't see him. He's sitting down, and he's long and lanky. He put you in the mind of Durant. Seriously, he need a biscuit. He do. Talk about how excited you are to be here at this event.
I'm excited to just play against some of the top players in my class. It'll be a good experience. See what they're doing.
Now, I was just talking about your body frame, not your game. I hadn't seen it yet, but over the next couple days, what is it about your game that you want to be able to showcase at an event with such elite level talent?
Like my strength, like I'm stronger than I look. Like I could attack the basket like when I want to, and I could shoot the 3-ball.
All right, well, we're going to put it on display. Mr. Boston, right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. CP3 Rising Stars camp, bringing them from everywhere. Jalen Suggs now all the way from St. Paul in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And how excited are you to bring your game down here to CP3 Rising Stars camp?
I'm very excited to play against all my peers and be able to bring in this experience.
Over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that you want to be able to put on display and want people to be, oh, okay, let me write that name down, Jalen Suggs.
I want to showcase my IQ, my ability to pass the ball. A lot of people can score, but I want to show everybody, I'm a great passer as well.
So now, being here at this event, what is it going to do for you personally, overall?
Really just show me what to work on. Keep me humble. This is a great experience to be in, but you got to keep my head on straight and stay humble.
All the way from the Twin Cities, right here in the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Joined here by Jaden Springer here at the CP3 Rising Stars camp. And Jaden, tell us a little bit about the day that you got invited. I mean, talk about the emotion, the experience, the feeling. How was that day when you learned you got invited?
I came to the camp last year, and it was a good experience. So getting invited again, I was kind of happy.
One of the ones that were in the 7th and 8th grade camp coming on up. So now you've got that experience. You're a veteran now. I mean, what is it that you're going to be able to improve upon off of your experience from last year?
I can improve on my leadership, like carrying my teammates, helping them out.
Outstanding. Well, we look forward to seeing you this weekend. Wish you the best, okay? All right, right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Joined by Caleb Love out of the Lou, St. Louis, Missouri. And Caleb, first of all, congratulations on being selected. Take us back to the day you learned of the news that you got invited. I mean, kind of what went through your mind? What was, how excited were you?
I got home and my dad gave me the news and I just smiled.
So now that you're here, what is it about your game that you want to be able to put on display and help people to remember your name going forward?
That I'm a scorer and I can dish the ball off, so I'm very versatile.
All right, versatility. Let's look for that from the St. Louis right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, man. Go get them. Go get them. Joining me here, Joel Hilsman at the CP3 Rising Stars camp in Wisconsin, ball and bred. How excited are you to bring that game down here to this event?
Oh yeah, I'm very excited. I'm just trying to show that Milwaukee has some good basketball players there.
Oh, Chicago North. I mean, you said Milwaukee. I'm sorry about that. I'm just messing with you. So now, over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that you want to be able to showcase here with such elite talent from all across the country?
That I can compete and show that I should be the top player in the 8th grade.
Okay, well there it is. We're coming up 9th grade, right? Yeah. There you go. Well, you heard it right here. We'll see his game on display right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Yes, sir, bro. Josh Taylor joining us here. And Josh, talk about how excited you are to be a part of this event here at the CP3 Rising Stars Camp.
Well, I'm very excited to be here. Like, this is my first year being here, and I feel like I can come here and I can really shine against this good competition.
You're from a small school in Atlanta, but you got a couple teammates here. I mean, how was the ride up? Was there a lot of jaw-jacking going back and forth about who's going to have a better camp?
Nah, I tend not to talk about all that when I'm coming up here.
Oh, focus, huh? So what is it about your game that's going to stand out over the next 2 days?
Well, I know I'm going to rebound very well, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be a very good scorer here because I'm one of the bigger kids here. And I feel like that's going to separate me from everybody else.
All right, well, separation is what you like, man. We wish you the best here this weekend, okay? All right, there you go, right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Hold on. Michael Johnson joining me here from the CP3 Rising Stars. He's out of Newark, New Jersey, and you know how they hoop in New Jersey. Talk about how excited you are to be here at this event.
Well, I'm excited because once in a lifetime opportunity. You don't really get this many chances to come play for players such as Chris Paul, so it's a good opportunity.
So what do you look forward to out of the next 2 days, showcasing your ability to show that you belong in such an elite level event?
Just to show out and just for exposure and to help build on my skill set. I'm here to show off my skill set, but also learn some more over the 2 days.
All right, there it is right here. You'll see more of him all weekend from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Thank you. Christian Bailing joining me. Maybe, not sure, but I think you got the shortest drive out of everybody. He's from Statesville, North Carolina. How important is it to you to represent well, man, being invited to an event of this magnitude in your own state?
It's very important. I mean, just for my city, you know, it's a small town. Don't nobody really come out, but for me, it's a great opportunity. You know, being one of the top kids out of my city, I just come out here, have fun, and represent.
So now, over the next 2 days, what are you looking for, A, in developing your game, and B, just showing what you can do against other elite level talent?
I mean, for me, it's just to get better, you know, take this on as an improvement for high school, playing for a new school, new coach, and then just the competition. You know, you don't really see a lot of camps like this, you know, top kids in the nation, you know, some even unknown that you ain't never heard of, but you're going to find out at this tournament. So it's a really great experience.
All right, there he is, Mr. Bailey, representing out of Statesville right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. All right, brother. Joined by Jacoby Colvin. He's out of Kannapolis, North Carolina, another homegrown Tar Heel. I asked all of the guys from North Carolina, how important is it to you to represent well since there's so many people from across the nation coming to your state?
I think it's very important to show what we got and what's talents here. And I think for me, it's ability to show what I can do.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to talk about, ability for you to show what you can do. Over the next 2 days, what are some of the things that we can expect to see from your game that will make you stand out and show that you were deserving of this honor?
Probably just playing hard in the post, dominating, doing what I can do best.
All right, well, there he is. We'll see him on display all weekend right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Joined by Mason Cooper. He's out of Florida and he plays with Team Carroll on a travel circuit out of Alabama. And Mason, talk about how excited you are to be a part of such a prestigious event and an elite level talent event.
Blessed.
And how excited were you when you received the invitation that you were invited?
I was so excited to just start practicing every day to get better and stuff.
So all of that practicing over the next 2 days, what else we're going to see from your game that's going to stand out?
A little bit of everything. Do good on defense, stuff like that. You know, little things that help.
Okay, all right. Well, we wish you the best, and you'll see him all weekend right here from the CP3 Rising Stars event. Okay, bro. Kobe Pellissier joining me, South Florida, Boca Raton, Coral Gables. He wanted me to make sure I got that in there. All right, how excited are you here to be at this event and be a part of such a prestigious event?
I'm very excited. It's a blessing to be here and show my skills in front of everyone.
Showing your skills, what are some of these skills that we're going to be able to see on display from you over the next 2 days?
Shooting around the perimeter, handling the ball, and creating for my teammates.
All right, well, there you had it right here. You'll see him all weekend right here for the CP3 Rising Stars event. Joined by Andre Bottoms. I wonder what I'm going to do with that tomorrow after he hits all these threes. Andrew, out of Chesapeake, Virginia, man. How excited are you to be here at this event?
I'm very excited. It's a good experience to come here. Got invited, so I'm very happy to be here.
So, like you said, you got invited. Take us back to the day when you found out that you got the news that you were invited. I mean, take us back to that day.
It was kind of normal, but I was still inside. I was pretty happy to get to come here so I can show my skills and my talent.
And talking about showing your skills over the next 2 days, what is it about your skills that you want to help show and put on display to show that you deserve to be here?
Mostly my ball handling and getting to the basket and my defense and playing hard on both ends of the floor.
I can't wait till he hits a three. He bottomed it out. We'll see that all weekend right here. The CP3 Rising Stars event. All right, that was good. Joined now by Dudley Blackwell. He's out of Florida. And Dudley, talk about how excited you are to be a part of this event.
I'm real excited. You know, got an opportunity to show my talents, and we don't get that much coming from South Florida.
South Florida is, man, Mark. I'm glad you brought that up. What is it about your game that you want to be able to show and put on display over this course of the next 2 days?
I'm hungry. You know, I just want to make it out.
Dang, that don't sound good. You hungry. Maybe somebody gonna get hurt, boy, you right?
Not really.
Nah, listen, congratulations. Glad you're here. We look forward to seeing you all weekend, okay? All right, right here from the CP3 Rising Stars event. joined by Scott Barnes here at the CP3 Rising Stars event, and Scott walked in here all long and tall, and can't even see his knees, they hitting the table. Talk about how excited you are to be here, Scott.
I'm very excited because I'm here to show my skill.
Talk about showing your skills over the next 2 days. There's going to be a lot of coaching, teaching, game playing. What is it about the next 2 days that you want to show from your game at this camp?
I want to show my scoring and passing ability because I could drive and kick it, and I could score the ball.
All right, well, Scott, we'll be looking forward to you, man. We wish you the best of luck, okay?
Thank you.
Right here, Scott Barnes from the CP3 Rising Stars event. Let's go on down there to Cajun country, Baton Rouge. And Chris, start that over, man. Nah, that's all right. Hold on. That was a good one. All right, let's go. We're going to go down to the Cajun country in the Baton Rouge. It's Reese Beckman. And Reese, how excited are you here to represent the boot, as they call it?
I'm very excited to show my talent and play against the best in the country.
Yeah, it is the best. Now talk about the next 2 days. What is it about your game that you want to stand out and show that you deserve to be here?
I want my defense and my passing to stand out so people don't just look at me as a scorer.
Is your defense as smothering as gumbo?
I don't know about that because that's pretty good.
Ooh, I like it right here. See more of Mr. Beckwith this weekend right here for the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Good one. Good one. Here with Brandis Bowen out of Wisconsin, and congratulations, man, on being invited here. Speaking of invited, take me back to the day you found out that you got the news that you were invited. Take me back to those feelings and emotion. How excited were you?
I mean, I was excited when my coach told me we was gonna fly here and we was gonna come, and he gave me the date and the time, and I said, of course, let's go.
All right, so with that attitude there, with your game over the next 2 days, what is it that you hope to showcase about your ability to show that you deserve to be here?
My talent, and my skills, and effort.
They told me they don't play good ball up in Milwaukee.
Whoever told you that, I think they lying.
Well, you gonna show me differently?
Yeah, I'm
okay,
approved.
Good. I'm gonna be watching.
Okay.
Just like everybody else here at the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Joined by David Stewart. He's out of Maryland. And David, congratulations on being selected to this event.
Thank you.
Talk to me about how excited you were once you learned of the invitation opportunity.
Oh man, my dad said that he sent a video in of me playing, and I just he said that I got invited, and I just flew. I was like, oh my God, I got invited. It's just crazy. Hear a bunch of people coming to this camp, and they're all just so good. It's cool to be a part of this. It feels special.
So how, over the next 2 days, what are you going to be able to show from your game to show that you deserve to be here and can hold your own weight?
I would say shooting and passing, but making my teammates better is really, I just feel like no matter what team I'm on, I like to make my teammates involved and make them, get them better too.
Gotcha. All right, there's David. We'll see him all weekend right here on the CP3 Rising Stars camp. All right, David. Joe Hillsman joined by Jamal Mashburn Jr. And yes, that is Jamal Mashburn Jr. Talk about how excited you are to be invited to this event, Jamal.
I'm very excited and very, very blessed. I've been working very hard for this opportunity, all summer. I've just been waiting for this camp, So yeah, this should be good.
So when you learned that you were invited, I mean, take us back to that experience. Who broke the news to you? I mean, how do you feel about it?
I was actually in the car, and my dad got the invitation, and he read it off to me, and I was so shocked because I worked so hard for this opportunity, putting so many hours in the gym. So that's just good that it finally paid off.
So over the next over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that you either want to be able to develop against elite competition or show that you already have developed against elite competition?
I just want to go out here and play basketball and just be an all-around player. I feel like I'm a great passer, great scorer. I can shoot the ball from anywhere on the court. So I just think that just my scoring will develop in this camp. So that'll be good.
So what's the nickname you go by?
Mash.
I threw you. Jamal Mashburn Jr., you'll see him all weekend right here in the CP3 Rising Stars event. All right, man. Have a good one. Okay. Yes, sir. Joined here by Jace Howard, and Jace, you got a lot of basketball in your family and your bloodline, but for you, how important is this special for you to be invited to this event?
Well, it's very special for me to be invited to this event because, I've always worked hard, been a team player, worked on my skills because I didn't start off being the best player, and I worked my way to get there. So when I got invited to this camp, it meant a lot because it showed me that my hard work paid off.
So over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that you want to be able to show against other elite level talent?
Well, I want to show that I can play defense and guard all 5 positions, and I will work hard as anybody out here, and I could do offensive things. I could take people to the hole, shoot off the dribble, I'm good at shooting. But I want to show that I'm an all-around player and I can do everything.
Any pointers from Dad?
Well, he always tells me to have fun out there because he said having fun out there is when you do your best, and when you do your best, and he says still stay focused and still learn from these coaches and learn from the experience, but still have fun out there.
Just the basics. Have fun with it, man.
Yeah.
Jace Howard, man, we look forward to seeing you this weekend, all right?
Thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
Joined by Luke Jenkins and, oops, is it Luke or Lucas? Lucas. My bad, hold on. Lucas Jenkins joining us here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. My bad there. Luke, talk about the experience. You see, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So how excited are you to be a part of this event?
I'm very excited.
When you got the invitation, I mean, take us back to that day. Who broke the news?
My dad.
How were you feeling once you got the news?
We were on the way home from a baseball game. My dad told me I was ecstatic that I got the invite.
So now that you're here, work to be done over the next 2 days. What is it about your game that you're going to be able to showcase to show why you deserve to be here and why your name is going to be a household name?
Definitely the way I play. I try to play 100% all the time. I try to shoot the ball as well as I can.
All right, well, there it is, and we'll see more Lucas all weekend right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. All right, bro. joined by Luke Stankiewicz. He's a Tar Heel out of the Tar Heel State, North Carolina, here at the CP3 Rising Stars event. I always say that to the Carolina boys because you get all of the elite talent now coming to your state. Number one, how important is it for you? But number two, just overall for your state to rep sure that you guys do play top-level basketball.
I think I'm just blessed to live in North Carolina, known as Hoop State. We like to play hard, play some of the best talent in the country in the past, so just like to keep it going with our class and keep producing top-level talent.
So now, over the next 2 days, what is it about your game that you hope to showcase or to develop against elite-level talent? I'm
just going to play hard, shoot the ball, shoot shots that are open, take it in the hole, just play hard. Overall, just play hard.
Stankiewicz here with us. You'll see him all weekend right here from the CP3 Rising Stars camp. Joined now by all 6'9", I believe it's about 6'10", Davion Bradford out of the St. Louis in Missouri. Davion, talk about how excited you are to be here at this event, the CP3 Rising Stars Camp.
I'm actually very excited because I'm here to like work on my new moves, learn from CP3.
You mentioned work on your new moves. Talk about your game overall. What is it about your game that you hope stands out over the weekend, and what is it that you hope to develop against elite level talent?
Really just my post move, and I often do mid-range, so I'm gonna work on that too.
All right, there he is, Davion. He'll be here all weekend for the CP3 Rising Stars Camp. All right.
Huh.